Hey guys, it's Tyler from Heat Check Sports here, and I'm coming at you with a new video on the channel today. Today we're going to be going over top 10 pitchers in baseball entering this 2020 season. This season's definitely going to be very interesting, a very short season, and pitchers aren't going to be used to adjusting without a preseason, so it's going to be definitely interesting to see how things go. So I want to start off with some honorable mentions of players I expect to rise and continue to perform well this upcoming season. Zach Gallen, he's one of them, along with Hyunjin Ryu. Those two guys I expect to continue to rise up. Right now they're at my top 25, and within a couple years from now I expect them probably approaching this top 10 tier level of the top pitchers in baseball. And one thing that was really hard for us to do this year was leaving Clayton Kershaw off this list. Now, this will definitely be one of my more controversial decisions when looking at this list, but it was very hard to add him onto this list just based off other people's performance and stats last season in Kershaw's age. So we'll just get right into things. Number 10, we have Tyler Glasnow on the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, I might be a little biased on this one, being a Rays fan and all, but for the first month and a half of the 2019 season, Glasnow was the best pitcher in all of baseball, arguably, no doubt about it. He's coming off an injury this year, but he's had extended off season to recover and everything, and he's looking good. And just some throwing videos I've watched, everything, so I expect him to have a dominant season again. Number 9, we got Shane Bieber on the Cleveland Indians. He was a first-time All-Star and was actually the All-Star MVP in Cleveland, hometown crowd. And Cleveland has a deep rotation this year, and they definitely can rely on Bieber and some of the other bullpen for support this season. Number 8, we got Jack Flaherty of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, coming out of the All-Star break in 2019, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball, having an ERA below 1.0, which is absolutely insane. Flaherty has the ability to get hot and stay hot, and after the All-Star break, he was just on fire. Number 7, we have Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. He's a young riser. He had 14 wins last season. Not as much we would have liked, but I expect him to take a big leap this season and definitely fit in with the big guns, and next season he'll probably break that 14-win barrier after he's had a full season. But with a shortened season, I expect them to have a decent amount of wins and have a good ERA for the Dodgers. And I can definitely see him helping the team in a deep playoff run. They're definitely one of the front runners for the World Series this year. So Buehler is definitely a player to keep on the lookout. Number 6, we got Steven Strasburg on the Nationals. He re-signed with them on a huge deal, and it was very well deserved. He's proven himself that he can carry a big workload on his shoulders. Bryce Harper left the Nationals to go to the Phillies, and they didn't even need Harper to win the World Series. Strasburg helped lead them there, and it was very well deserved and well earned from them. Now we're entering the top 5. Number 5, we have Charlie Morton of the Tampa Bay Rays. He is one of the most underrated and underlooked players in all of baseball. He finished 3rd in the AL in the Cy Young voting, but in my opinion, definitely should have been number 1 or number 2. But the Astros, Verlander, and Garrett Cole were just too dominant last season on that front. But the first 9 years in the league, Morton was so-so. But in the last couple specifically playing for the Rays, he has come into a league of his own and has been really dominant for the Rays. Had an ERA a little bit above 2. He's just been absolutely incredible. Number 4, we have Max Scherzer, a future Hall of Famer for the Washington Nationals. I mentioned Strasburg a couple players ago, a couple spots, but the Nationals are really loaded on the pitching side of things. Scherzer has 3 Cy Young Awards and finished 3rd in voting last season, and I expect him to keep it up. Age is not a factor for Mr. Max Scherzer. He will continue to perform. Number 3, another player you thought would lose their cool and hasn't yet, and age has not slowed him down whatsoever. Mr. Justin Verlander of the Houston Astros, another future Hall of Famer. He's definitely going to be facing a lot of pressure this season with the Astros and the scandal and everything, so there's going to be a lot of eyes on the Astros this season. It's going to be even more pressure after losing his teammate Garrett Cole, so he doesn't have another number one guy to rely on. But Verlander, through the years, has proven to be a number one guy. He's risen to the occasion many times, and in the past like 10 years or so, he's landed 8 All-Star appearances. Number 2, and this one was a really tough decision for me between number 1 and number 2, but number 2, I got to go with Jacob deGrom and the New York Mets. He had a .17 ERA a couple years ago, and he just had a 2.43 ERA season. He's been really dominant the last 2 seasons. That is really great metrics. But number 1, I got to give to my guy Garrett Cole for the Yankees. As much as I hate to put a Yankees pitcher up top, he had a big contract, very well worth the price. He had an incredible year last season, over 300 strikeouts. That's right, folks. 300 plus strikeouts for Garrett Cole. He had 20 win season. That was a banger right there. And he had a little bit of a higher ERA than deGrom, but Cole gets the job done. Cole gets the win, and I expect him with the Yankees to go very far and be potential World Series champs this year, especially with Aaron Judge coming out of the injury. They got pitching, they got batting, they got it all this year, and Garrett Cole is going to rise to the occasion for the New York Yankees. And that's all I have for you today. Let me know your thoughts on my list and what pitchers you guys have in your top 10. That's it for today, folks.